They think it's easy. And when you think it's easy, even a fighter of his caliber can beat you. And look good doing it.
He's a world-class operator, Liam Smith, as well, though, isn't he?
Sorry, I come from a world of bigotry and racism, okay? In the 1990s, it wasn't... In the 1990s, they wouldn't have allowed me to fight a man like Liam Smith.
Why is that? You fought lots of fighters. You thought, I want to watch you fight Dan Sherry. What's the point?
The point is the caliber of the fighters he's fighting.
Yeah.
Or the caliber... When fighters are being trained by who I call physical education teachers, they're not learning how to fight.
But Roy Jones Jr.
Roy Jones Jr. Okay. Roy Jones Jr. This is the credit I give him. Okay. He taught my son patience, but my son, it seems to me, hasn't used it. You're supposed to combine the patience with that speed and that crack in your punches.
Can he beat him now? Can Chris? Because I don't think he can. Can Chris come back, your son, and avenge the defense? I was at the fight. And I watched it, and I picked Liam Smith to beat him, and I picked him to beat him again. You're his dad, you know him. He's now got serious, or might be getting serious, because he perhaps didn't prepare this fight properly. He's got the same people around him that you think are no good for him. Can he win this fight?
David Hay called me the other day and said he doesn't spar, he does everything that he wants to do. He's got yes men around him, and so it seems to me, by what David Hay said to me, that he's still not listening. And so, and so I don't know, because I don't watch anymore, because I have a. You know what it is to give 10 years of your life to the concentration. I've got to get him money. I've got to bring his name up. You think it was easy? 8 years I suffered.
But why is it you, Chris? It's him. It's his life. Why is it again?
Because
I keep hearing you in the conversation.
Because without me, you can't make the money that he's made.
I agree with that.
There were 3 fights he had.
Same for Conor as well, then.
There were 3 fights he had. Now this will actually shock a lot of these fighters, because I know what they're being paid, or the feeling of what they're being paid. Okay, 3 fights with fighters who were like Yildirim. Okay, $9 million. 9 million. I got him that. He can't make that money without someone like me. They're paying these guys £60,000 a fight. Let me tell you something, okay? What's going on is a disgrace. It's a racket. It's racketeering. Surely you know that. Now,
I don't think it's great. I agree with you.
Be specific, Chris. What in terms of racketeering? What's racketeering? What's going on?
Connor said it beautifully on Piers Morgan. I don't know what happened. He's the only one who doesn't know. Everyone else knows. Everybody else in his team knows what's happened. He doesn't know what's happened because he is the mark. I've been in this situation.
It's a very unique perspective Chris is giving, because what he's basically saying is the relationship is very different between. It's like having a football club. Different. When these fighters go into a ring, it's a different relationship. And I understand more of his point than I did at the beginning of the conversation about the nature of why people would be also complicit in outcomes.
Look, these guys are making, how do you pay a trainer 10% or 5% when, what do you know, if you've only had no fights, if you've had 5 fights, if you've only been an amateur? How can you be paid 10% of a fighter's money?
What would Chris be saying? Listen to this. What would he be saying?
I'll tell you what he'll be
saying.
I'll tell you what he'll be saying. Well, he's always right. Or he always thinks he's right.
Right.
And for boxing, again, I am protecting my son. With what? With 52 fights, 24 world championship fights, 19 world championship wins, never losing a fight which wasn't a championship fight.
Yeah. But then you got hold on. When's the last time you spoke to him?
Hold on. I'm going to tell you about the beatings. The two last beatings I took from this
Carl Thompson, man.
Let me tell you what. This gives me the credibility to actually protect my son, no matter what he says, because he hasn't been through anything like what I've had to go through, and I want to protect him through that. He doesn't have the constitution I have. As they say, okay, hard men create easy times. Easy times creates parasites. People who just want instant gratification. You got to work. This is boxing. It's modern day gladiator.
Chris, I get what you're saying.
This is where you lose your life.
This sounds harsh on you.
Oh no!
But hang on, Chris.
This is the harsh I've lived.
But Chris, it seems like Chris Jr., your son, Doesn't want to listen to you.
And so he has to feel.
That's
That's
it.
it. He has to feel. If you won't listen, then life will teach you what it taught many of the other fighters. Didn't teach me because I knew, because I was obedient to who was teaching me. Yeah, I was obedient. I listened. Do you understand? I trained in such a way where I was working out what this person can do to me. Okay, so how can I prevent that?
I wonder what you'd have done if you'd had you in your corner. You never had you in your corner. You with your personality,
let me tell
with
you
your
what.
reach,
Let
with
me
your
tell-
influence, and your track
Let me
record.
tell you what. If I had me in my corner, how do you beat a man like me?
Interesting.
Yeah, how do you beat?
Put some headphones on like Steve Collins.
You have to take advice. It is arrogance when you shut your ears.
I agree.
Arrogance, and what arrogance gets you is what it got him in his last fight. Okay, you can't the caliber of Liam Smith doesn't beat Chris Eubank Jr. on my watch. I'm no longer there, so I don't know anymore. Now, in terms of Junior and what he does, I don't know.
I've got to pull you on
And
this.
I tell you
Caliber of Liam Smith.
The caliber of Liam Smith.
What, a two-time world champion? Chris hasn't won a world championship. Why would you say the caliber? You might say the size, but why
No,
the caliber?
The caliber. I'll have to tell you why then.
Go on then.
Okay, because I will put it to you like this. Junior on my watch is not supposed to lose to a Liam Smith. On my watch. On the watch of these PE teachers, yeah, anything can happen. And anything did. Now,
Did he lose to Billy Joe Saunders on your watch?
you know, yes. Yes, he did.
Did he lose to George Groves on your watch?
Yes.
Mm.
But if you don't listen, you're going to feel.
Also, now he's not listening when you're in it. He can't win.
He has
He
never.
can't win now, can he?
He has never listened.
Make your mind up, Chris. One minute
No,
he has you
I've
in the
made up
corner.
my mind. You're just hearing it for the first time. He's
Okay.
never listened. Now you're gonna verify that through the people around him. Most certainly Ronnie Davis, who doesn't lie, who doesn't play games, who doesn't deal in lies. He's my son. I know what he is.
I know you know better than all of us.
My son could have been a tremendous fighter. He electrified me when watching him.
I
Again,
agree on that. But he hasn't.
But
been, has he?
because he doesn't listen, and when you don't listen, okay, you have to feel. In Jamaica, in my mother's tongue, if you can't hear, you will feel dreadlocks. Okay, I just said.
Chris, Simon here. I'm going to drop you right
I know
in.
you are. Yeah.
Called Chris Jr. Well, I'll tell you what.
No, talk to me straight.
All right, no, listen. This was Simon on
You
your
can't
son.
hurt my
No,
feelings.
listen.
You can't
This
hurt-
was Simon on your son.
Yeah.
Listen.
Chris Eubank Jr., for me, is a charlatan. I think he's a great media personality. I think he's one of the best people that talk to the media. He's got himself to being one of the most billable, bankable fighters in British boxing without actually winning anything. The tragedy for Chris Eubank is all that I've been saying all along, about lawyers and houses in Las Vegas and who he's going to fight and when he's going to fight for a world title are superseded by performances in the ring. At the level when we get to the point where you're fighting bona fide fighters that have won world titles, name them. Let's name them, shall we? Billy Joe Saunders, George Groves, Liam Smith. How did it get on for him? He lost them all.
He's a charlatan, is he?
You know, in the world of honesty, how can I disagree with you? You're not talking to a man who's not anybody. You can't have friends in
So
boxing.
he's a charlatan, is he?
I guess my silence says it all. My silence says it. Truth is truth. This fellow is talking about, you know, I said to Junior,
Him was talking about.
hold
You said it.
on. I said to Junior, you won the IBO championship of the world. Okay? Now everyone is dogging it and saying, oh, that's a title from a cornflake packet.
Yeah.
They said worse about the WBO. I explained to Junior, you have to tell the public, you don't know what I had to do to go through. You don't know what I had to go through to get this IBO championship. You're not in the world I'm in. So you can disrespect it, but I know what I've had to do. That's how I defended the WBO, which it turns out, the Nigel Benn fight, they say is the best fight ever seen since 1909. This is the British boxing news.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. but they always trashed the WBO. I said to Junior, fight for your championship. Tell them it's not physical fight. Fight in word. Tell them you don't know what I had to do for it, but he didn't do that. So the IBO still sits in that position of being trashed. Let me tell you this: the WBO, if it's responsible for being or for giving one of the best performances ever seen in the British boxing ring.
Mm-hmm.
So how then does Nigel Benn come out ahead of Michael Watson? So I'm on tour with Nigel Benn. I'm on tour with him. Okay, it's good. But it's shameful when you look at Michael Watson. Michael Watson beat him. Okay, he beat him. Clearly, he quit in that fight. In the second fight I had with him, he beat me. Almost to death. I nearly died that night, but how can I talk about me when he had 6 brain operations in the space of 12 hours?
Of course.
The point I'm making to you is this: how come Michael Watson isn't getting these plaudits? It shouldn't be Nigel Benn. I don't mind that he's getting it, but let's respect Michael Watson because he put in a performance of which no one has seen in a British ring.
We're going to take a very short break. We're back after this.